morning, everyone. How's everyone? I love that intro. It's so nice and calm and relaxing. I'm like half asleep still, so it's nice. I don't have to feel so like awake anymore. So yeah. Um let's say hello. Good morning, Dolores. Yes, everybody. We're like so close. I think we're like almost at almost to 900. So I think we only need like a little bit more than 100 more to hit our 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you're new here or you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like the video, helps with the algorithms, and also comment in the comment section because those help with the algorithms too. And thank you all for joining. Hi, Dolores. What's up, Les Bones? Les Bones. What's up, Warren? Lunch, Les Bones, and ladies. Sounds like a great afternoon for me. Time to feast on a couple of ham sammies. Is it lunchtime? Oh yeah, it's lunchtime for you guys on the East Coast. So happy lunchtime for all of you on the East Coast. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock over there. So yeah, I'm like still half asleep. I think I've only been awake for like an hour. Yeah. I'm at 900. Oh, we are at 900 now. Yay! Everybody clap today. Celebration. We hit 900. We only got one more 100 to go and we'll be good. Hello, Reef Hansen. Nice to see you. Les Bones. Feasting like a king. That's right. Yeah. So what else are you guys eating for lunch right now on the East Coast? I see ham sammies, which I like turkey sandwiches. Those sound a lot better. Turkey is good. I don't like pork though. Pig is weird. Pig tastes strange. Let's see. What did I do? Well, I just saw you guys yesterday. So my husband and I went out to a waffle Belgian place for breakfast. And then just came home and played video games all day. Pretty boring. Nothing too much. I guess we're getting too old to really do much of anything. So plus my kid was getting out of school at 3. So not like we could, really go out and do much. Lamb gyro. I don't even know what that is. And it sounds disgusting. Yeah. I don't even know. It's so gross. Okay. What else have I been doing? That's about it. It's just been a day, so it's been pretty boring. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys. So yesterday, we were talking about how Mississippi has like no water. They're like on a boil only notice. Like they literally haven't had any water in like 3 days or something. It's absolutely been wild. And I want to say thank you, Warren, for sharing this morning, or else I wouldn't have seen it at all. This is absolutely crazy. Let me show this to you guys. I saw this from, like I said, from Warren this morning. So while everybody in Mississippi is dealing without water and having to boil all their water because they can't drink it, they can't take a shower in it, nothing. This is the governor's house yesterday. Look at that big ass water tank. And there's his mansion. Look at the little canopy outside right there. So yeah, while everybody in it kind of reminded me of like what happened in Texas when like they were all out of power and Ted Cruz took his family to Mexico for a vacation. This is kind of like the same to me. Like everybody's got no water, but he's out there with this huge water tank. I saw that this morning. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is some bukkake. So thank you, Warren, for sharing that this morning. That was really interesting to see. I couldn't believe. I mean, obviously, I can believe it because it's typical, but still, like sometimes it's like really shocking to see the lack of care that they have for the people, and man, it's just still disheartening. It's like, wow, you really like. This country has gotten so goddamn selfish that even the rulers don't even care about it. I don't know. Somebody who lives their life as like an empathic person who like, I literally to my own physical and mental detriment put everybody else before me to a point where it actually has physically hurt me before and mentally and emotionally hurt me. So it just doesn't, it's hard for me to like I guess empathizing is part of understanding why people do it. And I understand greediness. I understand selfishness. I understand different outcomes of greediness and selfishness. It's just I get it. But it's like, how can nobody live like this? Like, I know that sometimes it can hurt me to put other people before me, but it feels like the right thing, maybe they feel like it's the right thing to give himself some water while everyone else is. It's just wild to me. I just don't understand the mentality of people and how bad villains in history and even in nowadays still see themselves as doing good things. It's wild to me how the mind can do that. Tips hat. Yes. Thank you, Warren. Ted. Yeah, exactly. Ted blamed that trip on his daughter too. Like, you just got busted for doing some janky shit while your whole entire area is suffering, and you're going to blame it on your kid. I get it. His kid's not in the limelight, so of course he's going to be able to do it. Yeah, exactly. They had empathectomies. Exactly. Hi, Holly. Good morning. Yes, I completely agree. It's just so wild to me how you grow up as a human and you still don't understand other humans and or in empathy and like I don't and not wanting to help other people, seeing them suffer. I don't understand. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The the lack of seeing people suffer, like the blindness to it. It reminds me of like hoarders. Like, they don't realize that their house is that bad. They see it, they know it, they just don't look at it. They can space it away. And it's just really sad. Great to see everyone. Good morning, Dolores. Good morning, Lana. Heading to work. Nice. Thank you. Yes, please hit like, share, and subscribe. We just hit 900 today, so we've got 100 more to hit our subscriber goal, and we can finally figure out how to get monetized on this bad boy, which is going to be hard for me because now I'm going to have to find some more music, because I swear all my music ends up being copyrighted, even though I swear I paid for it. I paid for the music, but YouTube is like, well, it's KRTD and not Jimi, so we have to copyright this shit. I'm like, dang it, come on, you guys. What was the whole point of paying all that money for all that music if I can't even use it? So, yeah, that's how that's going. Look at my hair today. I'm rocking it. I don't even care. Having your lunch on the East Coast. Good morning, Gregory. Okay, good. Well, you got to tell me what you're eating. Looks like we're having Warren's eating some ham sammies, and looks like Les Bones might be having some lamb. I'm sad. It's over 900 now. All right, what I'm doing today now officially is I'm just going to sit here on live all day and be like, everybody come in and just subscribe. Just hit the subscribe and go. Hit that subscribe button and get on with your show. Get on with your life. Just hit it for us. Just hit that shit. Yeah, exactly. Let make it over 9,000. Absolutely. Ooh, Amber. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're eating stuffed bell peppers. You just woke up and chose violence today, didn't you? Holy shit, girl. I can't even eat bell peppers anyway. Like, anytime I get anything, even nachos, I'm like, no peppers, no jalapenos. I love spicy stuff, but when it comes to like the pepper version, I'm just like, I'll gag. It's so gross. But you're eating stuffed bell peppers, and you're on West Coast too, so it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You're wilding out, living the life. Or as Paris Hilton likes to say, you're slaying today. Me personally, I think you woke up and chose violence, because that's wild. I couldn't eat stuffed bell peppers that early in the morning. That would be me, like, waking up in the morning and just grabbing a bag of like flaming hot Cheetos, looking at my kid like, what? I know, but they have like this, I don't know, it has this taste to me that I don't know, I just can't handle it. I'm probably gonna get so much hate on this, though. You guys don't hate me. I don't like bell peppers. It's so weird. I know bell peppers don't like me neither. That's why they hide when I go to the grocery store. They're like, oh, Jimmy's coming, we ain't looking. She's not gonna find us in the vegetable fruit section. Not gonna find me. They all hide. I don't even think I've ever, God, I don't even look for them. I don't think I've ever seen a bell pepper or a pepper at a grocery store. That's how much I just don't look at them. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will like bell peppers because, like, okay, so what did I buy? I bought, like, these, like, those, like, frozen breakfast burrito things, like the Montero ones and stuff like that, that are all, like, prepackaged. I bought some of those, and in there, they had some green peppers in it, and I made myself a couple the other day, completely forgetting that they had the green and the red peppers in them, and so I just started eating it, and with the other food in it, like the eggs and, like, there was, like, I don't know, some kinda, like, apple bacon or something in the burrito and, the cheese and stuff, and with all of that, I could barely even taste it, so I think what it is now that I'm getting a little older, my taste buds are changing, so I think when the bell peppers are already mixed in with stuff, I can start to handle it a little bit more, but man, back in the day, I used to literally, like, if there was peppers on my pizzas, I would sit there and individually pick out every fucking bell pepper or pepper out of my pizza, out of my tuna. I would always, yeah, I even like when I go to like fast food places and I get burgers and I forget to ask for no onions, I'll sit there like McDonald's. They always have like those little, shredded ones. I'll sit there and I'll fucking scrape all the onions off. I'm so weird. I know. It's so weird. Thank you. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Yes, yes. You can eat enough for the both of us. I think everyone in the audience can eat enough for me. That's great though. I'm glad that you like them because yeah, I like weird stuff too. I mean, I eat pickles and cheese together. I love pickles and cheese. I like weird stuff too. So, we all like our weird stuff. I think what it is like we get these weird cravings when we're like, to me at least, I got like these weird cravings when I was pregnant and I just kind of kept on to them because they were really good. So, like, on my pizzas, I like ranch dressing and croutons on my ranch pizza or on my pizza. A lot of people are like, "You're fucking weird for that," and I'm like, "It's delicious. It's so good." But it was an obsession that I had when I was pregnant. I just fucking kept, and so people were like, "You put croutons on your pizza?" I'm like, "Yeah, it adds crunchiness. It's so yummy." Yes, my Jimmy Dean sausages. Those were delicious. You just gotta, you know, wait. Pause. Am I paused? You said pause? What? Am I paused? Jimmy Dean sauce. Okay, anyway, so the Jimmy Dean sausages, you have to cook them a certain way. So, like, a lot of people do it like just open up the package and just throw it in there or whatever. What I like to do is I'll wrap it in my paper towel, like in a paper towel, and then I'll put it in for a minute. And then once it's 1 minute done, I'll like do like like from the middle to the out, do like a cut, like a halfway cut. So that way it gets all the inside cooked as well, and then throw it in for another minute and a half. Mwah. Perfecto. It's so early and I'm talking about food. Bread on bread. I know. So many carbs. I know. That's like the life nowadays, though, is carbs. So, oh, okay. You said that for yourself. I was like, am I paused? Can YouTube pause a live video? Is that even possible? Peppers are really good for your immune system. Okay. Wait, the capsaicin? Is that something that's in, the peppers? That's good to know. That's I gotta start liking bell peppers because I have the shittiest, as you can see, like, I have, like, the worst immune system ever. You're lucky enough to get me to eat, let alone food that I don't like, though. So, I mean, I'm gonna have to probably find something like how you were saying, like, the stuffed bell peppers. I'm pretty sure if I had, like, cream cheese in it, I'd probably be able to handle it. I've just always been afraid to try it. 'Cause it always does seem good, like, having the pepper substitute any kind of carbs, so that way you're not just not like what Holly was saying, bread on bread, so I think that would probably be, like, a nice crunchy substitute. I just have to get myself used to the taste. If there was a way that I can drown out the taste of bell peppers, kinda like how you dip sushi in soy sauce and you completely forget that you're even eating sushi, if I could do that with bell peppers, that would be really cool, but I don't know how to do that. Jimmy Dean sausages on your biscuit. Yeah, I do the prepackaged Jimmy Deans. I love those. Jimmy Dean sausage is really good. Yes, yes, yes. The plant-based, yeah. I've tried to get into the plant-based and stuff. I haven't really, found a faux burger, taste that I like yet. I have switched to all turkey meat. Um, that was probably like 10 years ago though. So I don't eat a lot of like the greasy, fat filled kind of meat. I definitely like ground turkey, turkey bacon. I've switched all of it to turkey. I don't say that I'm a vegetarian, but I do say like I can live like a half vegetarian lifestyle because a lot of things that I eat all the time that are just my normal food stuff don't even have any meat in them. So like it's very rare that I even do eat any kind of meat. If I do, most of my food is like yogurt, parfaits, and fruits, and I like vegetables. I like a lot of yogurt. Yogurt seems to be my big thing for the last couple of years. Parfaits, any kind of yogurt that you can like dump some cool crunchy stuff in there. You're making biscuits and gravy soon? Hell yeah. I know, me too. I love me some sushi though. Oh God. Venison? I don't eat venison. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a cow or something? Greasy, fat-filled meat. Don't like you. I know. They don't like me. I mean, cows love me. They're really great animals, but I think no. Like they don't think I can eat them. Meat? That's what I was wondering. You said meat? Meat? Is that your new term for meat? Is that like meat with Oh God, I've been talking about meth recently. I just found out recently that like anti-seizure medications, some of them have like amphetamine in them. And so I'm like sitting here thinking, how can I still take my seizure medication but be able to clean my house at the same time? This seizure medication. But then I was like, I can't do it because if I do, then I'd have to have my license taken away and I can never drive again. And then I'd have restrictions on work. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep my my epilepsy on the down low and not get some amphetamines just so I can clean my house. Okay, venison is deer meat. Okay. I've never had deer meat before. I don't think I can eat a deer. My dog looks too much like a deer, so I'd probably cry. Deer meat? Yeah, I know. I mean, I bet it's really good. I mean, yeah, I guess it's gotta be good. I always figured it'd be like what they say, like gamey, because it's very gamey because it's very active. But I mean, I guess the meat would be all right. I don't know. I'd feel really sad. Deer meat is tasty if you treat it right. Wink, wink. Never mind. I thought you were talking about something serious about deer meat. Never mind. Yes, Gregory, you are country as hell. This guy's personality trait is farm simulator. That's Gregory's personality trait. Is farming simulator. Never gonna let you down about farming simulator. I swear there was like a 2-year period where we were like trying different games and I'm like, try this game, try that game. And he's like, I'm playing farm simulator. I'm like, you're literally a farmer in real life. So what, do you go to work every day and then come home and go to work some more? Like, you must really love your job, bro. So funny. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so funny. Okay, let's get on some news. I know Dolores and some people are probably not going to last much longer if I don't get on some news. So let's hook these amazing ladies up with some news right now. So normally when I do the news, I don't like to do like a lot of the mainstream news because as we all know, like when we go onto YouTube or any of our social media platforms, we see that there's just an overabundance of information about all these things. So, or like about, the main news stuff. So I usually don't like to do main news stuff. I like to try to find things that the news ignores while they're covering this other stuff. But it seemed like yesterday, at least in my Twitter spaces that I saw, there was this, back and forth fight between whether this man right here was a good guy or a bad guy. Now, I have a lot of socialists, democratic socialist, communist, comrade buddies in my Twitter. So, they were talking negative about him, but then you see like mainstream media and a lot of the typical Democrat grifter people, they were touting how amazing he was for bringing down the Iron Curtain. If you know a little bit about history, he was the first and only leader of the Soviet Union. He was the one who helped bring down the Soviet Union. They called it bringing in democracy. You know how countries love to bring democracy to people. But was really funny too. I don't know. I'm just learning a lot of this stuff. I really never paid too much attention to him. He always reminded me of the dude that looked like he got shit on his head by a bird. So, I never really, I read about him in history books and stuff, and I've learned a little bit. But apparently, he sold Russia for Pizza Hut, is what I'm hearing. Please, somebody in the comments, let me know. Something about he sold his country for Pizza Hut. I saw that he did like some Pizza Hut commercials or something. I'm not sure, but people were really upset about the fact that he sold his country for Pizza Hut. You thought his birthmark is cute, but it looks like, like you like walk down the street and all of a sudden you feel something on your like shoulder or your head and it's like a bird poop and it's got like that droopy look. That's what it always reminded me of. When I first saw him on TV, I was like, what's wrong with that guy's head? Did some like a bird or something poop on him and nobody wanted to tell him and they're just being really nice? No, definitely a birthmark. Absolutely a birthmark. So, right. Yeah. Cute but deadly. Wait, the birthmark is deadly? Is that a deadly birthmark? Yeah, and then he went to Germany. Okay. So if any of you guys in the audience or in the comment section know more than what I know, I'm keeping it neutral. Obviously I have like I'm okay with, at least democratic communism, at least certain aspects of Marxism, things like that. I don't I think I still have a lot of like conservative mentalities that stick in the back of my head that is like, everybody's going to have the same thing in communism and nothing's going to be different. And that's the same as socialism, which I know is completely untrue, but it's still there. So it seemed like from what I was reading yesterday, his country was really doing good, but the West was saying that it was bad, obviously, because we've been anti-Russia and anti-communist since like World War I. And it just seemed like, I don't know. It seemed like they thought that, or at least we thought that he brought them democracy, but his own people were suffering after what had happened. It seemed like a lot of people died. A lot of people were really poor when he, democratized Russia. So that's what it seemed like what was happening. I'm trying, I can show, but I can't highlight it. It just lets me show it and I can't highlight it. And I'm really, really sad. Anybody that is a mod in the comment section can grab Warren's Pizza Hut commercial link and put it in there so I can maybe click it. I don't know. I can't click it. It won't let me click it. Wait, so you're not no, yeah, absolutely. I love Marxism, I love communism, I love socialism, I love democratic socialism, I love all of that stuff. I just like to at least keep those Republican talking points in the back of my head. So that way I'm always, like I was saying earlier, I'm always empathetic into how people are saying things. So like when they say, like, I'm trying to think of what was the mentality of the Western civilization to make them want to turn away from the communism. And most of the common arguments are like, everything's the same, the whole equal thing, but everybody's equal in a lower class. They're always saying things like everybody will have the same shoes, there will be no difference and all that stuff. But like in my own head, I don't see that as anything worth trying to democratize an entire country, because like I was saying right before I started reading the comments, the country actually went down right after he broke down the Iron Curtain, right? Like a lot of people were suffering, things like that. I mean, I can check my DMs in Twitter. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Let me see if there is a way that I can share. Okay, there we go. And then let me stop sharing this and then share screen. We're going to share this one. Thank you, Warren. Okay, so here is his commercial. Let's watch this bad boy.
Это Горбачев. Горбачев? Это из-за него у нас в экономике бардак.
Благодаря ему у нас новые возможности.
Это из-за него у нас политическая нестабильность.
Да благодаря ему у нас свобода.
Полный хаос.
Перспективы.
Политическая нестабильность.
Да благодаря ему у нас есть писахат.
За Горбачева!
За Горбачева!
За Горбачева! За Горбачева!
Sometimes nothing brings people together like a nice hot pizza from Pizza Hut.
I am in absolute utter shock right now. Are you serious? People are actually fighting over, whether or not they're suffering, whether or not he made a good decision on doing what he did for his own country. And Pizza Hut turned it into a commercial like that. Way to capitalize politics. I am in utter shock right now. I cannot believe I just watched that. Russians paid no attention after he left. Okay, Gorbachev started the mess. Yeltsin made it worse. Right. See, now that's what I've been hearing in my Twitter feed is that kind of stuff. At least from my friends. Started the mess. Yeltsin made it worse. But then you watch, I swear I was looking in the news, looking for news last night to cover it. And CNN, ABC, they're all like, this was a great guy. Here, let's read this. Let's read this and see what they have to say in this one. I don't know which. Oh, okay. I got Al Jazeera. So I think what I did with this one was I was trying to find kind of like his history and stuff. Yeah, exactly. How can they believe that's good pizza? It's the worst pizza ever. Domino's mixed pizza has tastes like Grimaldi's. I don't even know what Grimaldi's is. Gorbachev surely wasn't perfect. Are we just going to trash him and not consider the time period and the circumstances? See, now this is the kind of arguments that I was seeing, the back and forths online about this whole thing. So this is that infighting that I was seeing. So we're all gonna sit here and argue about whether or not Gorbachev was a good leader or a bad leader. Okay, the rise and fall of the last Soviet leader. This is in Al Jazeera. So this is kind of like a story of him. He's deeply revered in the West, where he was nicknamed Gorby. But he was in many ways a nemesis to the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, who built the Iron Curtain, turned most of Eastern Europe into a block of Moscow's satellites, and changed Washington's political supremacy in a Manichaean confrontation that put the world on the brink of nuclear annihilation because we were so but see, that's the thing, we were so anti-Russia and the whole Red Scare and all of that stupid bullshit that doesn't even make fucking sense. We're literally creating fear mongering about a country who if anything, from what I was learning about, you can even correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Gorbachev, when he did all that stuff, didn't he get nuclear arms stuff from America or a way to make them or something? So we as a nuclear country were concerned about a country that wasn't nuclear until we democratized them and then gave them nuclear weapons. So how are they, how are we any better? We literally created a fake fear and then we gave them stuff to create a real fear because they signed on to be friends with us. But then look at us now, nothing has changed. We're still, anti-Russia. We're still doing all of that stuff, even though they're a quote unquote democracy. So that doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, there's still Russophobia, everyone on my Twitter timeline saying Gorbachev, rest in piss. Yeah, see, that's what I've been hearing as well. We are definitely, as Americans, are a big problem. Absolutely. I don't understand what you're saying in the comments about that, Lana. But yeah, absolutely, America is a problem and is a big problem. I'm pretty sure we're the biggest problem in the world. We have more military bases outside of other countries than any other country in the entire world. So yeah, we are absolutely a big problem. And then we've been claiming this fake Red Scare since World War II, like as if, since World War I, as if Russia was actually going to do anything back then, like they had the capabilities of doing anything back then. We gave them the capabilities of doing stuff now when they said they were going to be our friend, and we're still not friends with them. We're still claiming Red Scare all over again. So yeah, maybe it's, I don't know. I'm a millennial. I think differently. We're more of the world's going to end because everybody is a shithead. So yeah. Anyways, this is why I didn't want to talk about it, is because I knew it was going to start some shit in the comment section, and I really don't want to deal with this shit, especially if it's not on my own channel. Like if it was my own channel, I'd just be like, I don't give a fuck what you say. But it's not my channel, and I do care what you say. Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to the next one because I don't feel like dealing with shit. NASA releases stunning new image of the Phantom Galaxy. So here is the new picture of the Phantom Galaxy. I don't really like this version. They put like some kind of like a brown tint, like a lightener with a tint on it, like a sepia tint. The pictures in other pages are better. But this one had like the shortest the shortest thing to read. So stunning new images by the Hubble telescope and the James Webb telescope showcase the Phantom Galaxy. It's a spiral of solar systems 32 million light years away from Earth. The galaxy is located in the constellation Pisces, according to the European Space Agency, which collaborates with NASA. A phantom galaxy, formerly known as M74, is a kind of spiral galaxy known as a grand design spiral. This means that it has well-defined spiral arms, visibly winding out from the center in the newly released images. The images were created using data from both the Hubble telescope and the Webb telescope. Webb detected delicate filaments of gas and dust in the galaxy's spiral arms, and the image also provides a clear look at the nuclear star cluster at the galaxy center, unclouded by gas. There it is right there. And these are all like the little arms that I was talking about, all those little wispy things right there. So pretty. It's like a spiral spider web. The Webb telescope also used its mid-infrared instruments to examine the Phantom Galaxy as part of a project to understand the earliest phases of star formation. While Webb is best at observing infrared wavelengths of light, Hubble is particularly sharp vision at ultraviolet and visible wavelengths. It allowed it to reveal particularly bright areas. The combination of data from both telescopes allowed scientists to gain an even deeper understanding of this phantom galaxy and to create spectacular image of the cosmos. NASA released Webb's first high-resolution images just weeks ago in July. Bigger than Hubble, the telescope is capable of observing extremely distant galaxies, allowing scientists to learn about early star formation. Hubble orbits Earth, but Webb orbits the sun around 1 million miles away from the Earth. So let's check out that pretty picture again. Oh man, that is so pretty. And just think, you're just like a little, your planet would be a speck in that. Yes, sepia. It does. It looks like it has like a sepia filter on top of it. I was looking at some of the other ones and it was more like, I see how it has like these like brown tones in here. There wasn't a lot of the brown tones. It was more like I don't even know. Yeah. I didn't duck and cover, Jimmy. No, definitely didn't duck and cover. I mean, I did in schooling, but yeah. So that is that one. Pretty simple, to the point. So this next one, So there's I didn't get any article about it. I just saw a video and I figured we could watch this because I thought that this was really, really good. About bringing light to undocumented immigrant workers here in America. So this former employee is about to sue her manager in Las Vegas, Nevada, which also highlights vulnerabilities for these undocumented workers. So we shall play it.
Beneath the lights of the Las Vegas Strip, Sandra Perez found work inside the Monte Carlo in the food court at Sbarro in 2016, a time in her life when she says she was desperate for work.
Just imagine you're looking for a job anywhere.
She was an undocumented migrant from Mexico, just out of an abusive marriage with a family to support. Her manager, Zachary Ceballos, hired various members across Sandra's family, knowing they were undocumented, Perez says.
So they hired her knowing that she was undocumented, okay, which obviously is going to show some kind of abuse towards her.
Several weeks after starting work, Perez says the unthinkable happened in the walk-in cooler.
He forced me. He took me to the walk-in and it forced me. And it was, my body, my mind freeze.
This woman got essayed in a freezer, in the back freezer by her manager because he knew that she was an undocumented immigrant and hired her. So probably so he can be able to do this kind of stuff. It's disheartening. It's saddening.
Because it was supposed to happen at my job.
Perez is now alleging in a federal lawsuit that the rape continued weekly, totaling over 20 times, despite her saying no and trying to fight.
She said no. She tried to fight. It happened multiple times. These men think that they can get away with anything. They think that they can do anything. And because she's an illegal immigrant, or she's an undocumented immigrant, sorry, nobody's illegal, an undocumented immigrant, just because she's undocumented in this part of the land across a line that's imaginary, she gets to be treated like this. And it happened multiple times. 20, she said.
In court filings, Ceballos admits to having sex with her in the cooler, but maintains the relationship was consensual.
And then here he goes with, it's consensual. She agreed to it. Most serial essayers say this kind of stuff.
But her allegations are not uncommon.
Ms. Perez's case is among the most horrific stories, the most horrific accounts I've ever experienced. I've worked for more than 2 decades with immigrant communities, victims of hate violence, domestic violence, and this is just such a horrific case of what she has gone through in the workplace.
Immigration law expert Greg Chin says there's no real way to know how many migrants often don't report harassment in jobs they cannot leave.
If people like her are targeted because they are afraid that they'll lose immigration status, or in her case, that they'll be deported because she doesn't have status, that is not good for the country. And that's why Congress should really act and legalize immigrants and provide legal status for them.
Sandra says it was at a Sbarro inside this building, what used to be the Monte Carlo resort, where the weekly assaults happened.
Threatening with deporting me. You want me to call immigration?
See? Threatened to call immigration on this lady. I cannot believe this. I can't because they do this a lot. But Jesus Christ, come on. I'm going to make this just a little bit faster. I didn't realize it was 7 minutes.
Her lawsuit said the attacks continued for 5 months before she was transferred to another Sbarro location. Did you feel you had any other choice?
Yes, I feel like I don't have no choice.
This poor lady. This poor lady. I can't even imagine the things that is, this is just horrible. Exactly. Yeah. The poor lady. Like, how could people do this to these people? Right. They're exploited by the rich and those in positions of power. Absolutely, they are.
Not even when they say I have choice. No, when you are illegal. No, when you are illegal, you don't have choice.
3 months after Perez
Poor
was transferred,
girl.
she filed a complaint against Ceballos with Sbarro, the Nevada Equal Rights Commission, and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. The commission found probable cause to support Perez's charge of sex discrimination and harassment and provided their report to the court. Ceballos' lawyer says the police have yet to contact his client.
Even how much I believe in the law, it is hard because, we don't even know what is going to happen. We don't even know if he's going to jail.
Years later, Perez...
He won't. Most of the time when guys essay women, they do like a week tops and that's it. And this guy's got so much money, he can pay himself to get out of it. This lady is suffering, and she's going to continue suffering because of this man.
Has obtained a green card through marriage, allowing her to legally live and work inside the United States. And she says that with no fear of being deported, she decided to sue both Ceballos and Sabaro for $178 million, arguing the company mishandled her claims. Lawyers for Sabaro argued Perez failed to take advantage of the company's complaint procedure, and that when she did come forward, they acted seriously, quickly, and promptly to investigate her claims. In a statement, Sabaro denies her claims about the company's handling of her allegations. They said Perez, quote, refused to cooperate with the investigation. Instead, she pursued legal action, which has persisted over the past several...
Right. So Ms. Perez refused to cooperate with the investigation because Sabaro was investigating, like they're not going to be biased for their own people. Instead, she pursued legal actions, which has persisted over the past several years, which means that she has been pursuing legal actions on her own because she can't trust the investigation of Sabaro because they're very biased on what they're going to say and what they're going to, investigate. But when she tries to go and do it herself to get her own legal actions to sue these guys, they're complaining about it.
years.
Sandra, like a lot of undocumented people out there, think they have no recourse, that no one's going to listen to them.
Yep.
She was told over and over that no one was going to believe her.
Yep.
Dee Soul and Jenny Foley are representing Perez in court, a trial that began...
Tell me that's not atypical abuse. That's atypical abuse. No one's going to believe you. You can't tell anyone. We're just going to deport you. Like punishing a person if they're going to go out. It literally reminds me of like kidnapping victims and stuff, like people that, that get kidnapped and stuff. They're like, no one's going to believe you if you leave. Like the not cuckolding. I forgot what the term is. There's an actual term where like they talk you into things to where you start to believe it. And it's so wrong.
Las Vegas last week.
When she first saw Zachary in the courtroom, she turned around to get out of the courtroom, and she sat down on a bench outside where she was sobbing emphatically.
Outside of court, Perez says she is trying to get back on her feet. She since has a new job in a new restaurant, a fresh opportunity still filled with old triggers.
What would you tell other women, undocumented women, who find themselves in that same position?
Just say something. Just don't be scared. It is hard because I never thought it's going to be that hard.
And Julie Ainsley joins us now from Washington.
Poor lady. She's so brave, and I hope she succeeds and this helps her, because she could be, a turning point for a lot of people who are dealing with that kind of stuff. If she's dealing with it, wonder how many other people are. Stockholm syndrome. Yes. That's what it reminds me of, is the Stockholm syndrome. You tell somebody something for so long that they actually start to believe it. And it's crazy because people feel like they can't get justice. This woman is, a lot of women have to deal with this, but she also has undocumented immigrant on top of it. The fear of being sent back to a place where you don't feel safe. You came here trying to better your life, and now your life is actually just probably the same if you were back in, in South America or Mexico, or probably you're even worse off right now because you feel like you can't even get any justice at all whatsoever. You can't even say anything, and that people won't even believe you because that's what they're telling you. I think it's even worse. I think manipulation and the mind manipulation that these CEOs and these managers are doing to these poor people, it's so sad. Indy, what's up? Yes, newsy news. I know, minus Warren. He'll be back one day. I miss him. But yes, newsy news. Good to see you. Everybody go check out INN and Indie Left News, or IndieLeft.news. I know it is. It's really sad. I was crying when I watched it last night. I can't do it. She is absolutely brave. Absolutely. Is this the Gregory who's on Insta? Yep. That's the Gregory. We love Gregory. Let's get on to the... So I am not promising that these last two are any happier. This one right here, they tried to make it seem like a happy thing, but I just want to show this because this just shows that our government doesn't even care about people who are on reservations. Just to help out, just fun stuff, fun stuff for things for kids to do. Like us here, like on non-reservation land, we've got parks, we've got theme parks, we've got, skate parks, we've got all kinds of things for kids to do. But you go out to a reservation and this is what they have. This right here. This is what they get. And this is amazing. They built this themselves. I mean, look at the concrete and all the, the things that are in it. Like, they did this all by themselves. These teens brought a skate park to their reservation. So there's a village in Arizona. These kids living in a Hopi reservation get to drop in on a new half pipe in the town's first ever skate park, thanks to a team of 5 teenagers known as Skate 264. So these are teenagers that built this. And even in my crappy little town that I grew up in, that is just a shithole of a town in California, has like a 30 times better of a skate park than this. Why can't the city build something for them just because they're on a reservation? So this kid said there really wasn't anywhere to skate. Most of the surrounding areas is just dirt and rocks. So this group main goal was to create a safe space to skate. That's a lot of S's. Before the park, he and his friends would skate on gravel paths and the highway, which is the main interstate. So they were skateboarding on highways that run through the Hopi reservations. Look at her outfit. I love it. It's beautiful. It's so cool with the skateboard. Like, this girl is a hero. She is awesome. I absolutely love her. Her name is Layla. She's an Hopi from Arizona. She enjoys skating. It's a hobby she loves to do, learning different tricks, teaching others to skate. Let's see what else. We saw a whole bunch of skaters that were just skating on those little makeshift parks at the basketball courts, or on the roads or hospitals, anywhere that there's concrete. So we thought it'd be a good idea to bring skate parks out to the Hopis, just because we didn't want anyone getting hurt or in trouble getting into places they shouldn't be trying to skate. These are the people looking out for them. This is the government not even caring about them. Even just the fun stuff for kids. There's some tribes around Phoenix too who've gotten some pretty good parks. Wherever I would go to that part of the country, I would see their skate parks, and then I would come back to my reservation and there'd be nothing here. I thought it was kind of unfair. So the Hopi community was immediately on board and rallied behind these teens. 2 years later, and the help of fundraisers, sponsorship, and merchandise sales, they were finally able to build their park, complete with a ledge, kicker ramps, and a manual pad. They want to continue expanding the park, according to this person. She's the chair, or they're the chair of the village's board of directors. The skate park currently sits next to a softball field, but they plan to add lights and a basketball court. Quentin said he's happy to have been able to spread positive change and help change the negative stereotypes about skaters. Skaters do have negative stereotypes, at least back in the day they did. Skateboarders aren't like how they're perceived in movies, as punks or like people who just want to get in trouble. It's just a hobby that we have, and the community understood that. Right. They just have a hobby in the community or the city sometimes, at least in like the out of reservation areas. They like to mess it up for the kids. Anything that the kids can go skateboarding on, they got to put like little knobs and stuff and not able to let them skateboard. So I'm so happy that these kids are at least getting, something for themselves. I'm really upset with the fact that the government never, ever, ever helps out our Indigenous people, even with recreational purposes like this. Exactly. Skateboarding is for everybody. It is absolutely rad. I don't even skateboard, but you put me out there and I will sit my little happy butt on top of a skateboard and I will roll around and have some fun. It's just to give something for children to do so they're not out there making bad decisions. That's all they're doing. That's all that they need, is just a hobby, something to give them to do so nothing bad happens to them. And the government should, just like they do, the city and the state do for regular towns and stuff. If they're in that state, the government or that state should help them and should help at least provide money and construction and stuff like that to build this for them. It just sucks we leave them out all the time. I love the fact that they did this. I'm really, 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 really proud of them. This is great for them. This is them taking their own suffering and putting in an initiative to benefit them and help. They're making their own decisions of not making bad decisions. These kids, I'm super, super proud of what they did. You ain't getting on no skateboard for you. All right, sounds good. I'll sit on one. I won't stand on them. They're a little too much for me. I don't like them. I mean, I like them, but I don't like standing on them. I don't feel safe. I always said that I can't stand or I can't ride on anything if it doesn't have handlebars. So, right, a federal job guarantee, something for, well, maybe it's a possibility. I mean, yeah, I guess you could make a federal job guarantee of going around and making sure that reservations have like recreational activities for kids, after school programs and stuff like that for children. That would probably be really, really nice for them to be able to have. Exactly. Let them wax the handrails and ledges. Exactly. They always put those knobs and stuff on, and I feel really bad for them because all they want to do is just skateboard. That's it. But you got Karens running around, all that fun stuff, how they like to do that. So that's how that is. All right, I got one more, and then I am finished for the day. I might come on later on my own channel. I had a skateboard, didn't do anything fancy. Yeah, do you remember back in like, I had them in the early 90s, but I know they probably were around a lot before then. Were like those little plastic skateboards. They were about like this big, and they were shaped like they were like kind of like flat rounded on one and then like pointy on the other, and the wheels were metal, I think it was. That's what I used to skateboard around when I was really little. My first ever skateboard was one of those like plasticky ones with the metal wheels. It was really interesting because they were so little. I mean, obviously I was a little kid, so they fit me perfectly, but now I've seen them in like stores and stuff because they're starting to come back in style. Those things are so little. I'm like, I fit on that perfectly. That's crazy. They're so tiny. And then you go out and you go get a longboard, and they're humongous. They're so fun. Those are the ones that I like to sit on. I'll go out to like Venice Beach is kind of like San Francisco, and Santa Monica too. Well, I guess Venice is more like it. There's some areas like it in Santa Monica where they have like these hills in neighborhoods where it's like a hill and then the intersection is straight and then another hill like that. Kind of like how San Francisco is. That's what I used to do, is I would go out there and grab my longboard, go out there and stand on or sit on the top of a hill of a neighborhood and just ride down all the way to the beach. It was so much fun. Had a blast. I loved skateboarding. These kids, man, they just need a little bit of recreational stuff, and the government should be helping them out. Yours was wood, ball bearings, like roller skates. Okay. Yep. I had those weird plastic ones, and it's like not a lot of, I guess they're not as popular as I thought they were. They just stood out in my mind. Like, who gets skateboards that are like these little plasticky ones? It was weird, but back in the 90s, you didn't have like different, a lot of different multiples of skateboards. So figured maybe a lot of people might know about it. I don't know. Okay, let's get on to this last one. I wanted to show, not only America does war crimes and stuff, and then colonialization. Here is a article about another country doing some colonialization and really screwing up an area. So some soldiers are accused of killing and mutilating some Papuans. I know I always have an obsession about doing news about Papua New Guinea and all of those ones, but I love learning about these areas. I love learning about how they're growing and what's happening to them, because they're like dealing with colonialization now when we've already a couple hundred years into colonialization and changing people's minds. So I get interested to see how these people are fighting back against these colonializations, and the fact the fact that colonialization is winning, and it's really sad. So Indonesia soldiers. So these are from Indonesia. 6 Indonesian soldiers have been arrested on suspicion of killing and mutilating 4 indigenous Papuans. So these soldiers are accused of luring their victims to a meeting with the promise of selling them weapons. According to police, the soldiers killed them and then dismembered them and stuffing them into sacks and throwing them into a river. Indonesia has a heavy military presence in the Papua region, where separatist groups are waging an insurgency. Papua was a former Dutch colony, so they've already been colonized. They declared their independence, so they decolonized themselves in 1961, but then Indonesia came in and took control of their region 2 years after that. So they just keep getting colonized because they can't defend themselves, and it's not fair. And these apparently, Dutch colony and Indonesia are just as bad as we are. So, what is Dutch? Is that Norwegian, right? So Norway is Dutch, or is it Sweden? Somebody in the comment, let me know. One of those countries and then Indonesia are just as bad as we are, just on a smaller scale. Police and military authorities say they were conducting a joint investigation into the killings, which are said to have taken place August 22nd near the city of Tamika. Let's see, what do you guys got to say? Yeah, they learned from somewhere, exactly. The Netherlands. Thank you. Okay, so Netherlands and Indonesia. Thank you. Holland. Okay. Yes, Holland. Okay. So they're colonizing this place, or they were colonizing this place. Now it's Indonesia that is colonizing this place. They said investigators were questioning the suspects, whose names have not been released, the soldiers. Papua Provincial Police Director Faisal Ramadani told the AFP news agency that body parts belonging to 3 of the victims have been found. He added that authorities were continuing to look for the remains of the last victim. The West Papua National Liberation Army, the military wing of Papua's main separatist group, described the killings as a crime against humanity by the Indonesian government through its security forces, which I completely agree. If Russia came into America and did the same thing, there would be war. So I'm just saying. The group called on, but then, there was a couple years ago when that one soldier was like doing really bad things to people in the Middle East and like taking pictures of like dead bodies and stuff. And Trump was like, that guy's a hero. So yeah. The group called on the Indonesian government to sentence the perpetrators to death. They said that it would carry out a retaliation operation if its demands were ignored. So they want these men put to death, which I get it, the whole eye for an eye. That's probably what they believe. They believe that they killed their men, so they should be killed as well, and that they're going to retaliate. I hope, if they retaliate, that they at least the people of Papua at least stay safe. I'm always for fighting against colonialization, any kind of the patriarchy. I'm always against that. So hopefully, thoughts and prayers. Jesus Christ, I don't know. But I really hope that, at least with us talking on the news, and at least with all of you amazing people, we at least know that there is some groups of people out there that, can at least agree that colonialization is wrong. I'm just hoping more people see that it's actually still happening now, and there's a way that we can stop it. If we're so anti-colonialization, then let's stop it from happening. I'm pretty sure colonialization is going to be happening forever. Migration is always going to happen. There's going to be people that move from place to place, and especially with the coming climate disasters that are possibly going to be happening within the next few hundred years. Definitely displacement of humans. So it's just the fact that we're just trying to, people with power trying to claim land and then claim the people on top of it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem logical. It just doesn't seem right or logical. I get it. this is the cultural narrative of the world and how the world operates. I just wish it was completely different. I know we can't always live in the what ifs, but like I was saying, when I got interviewed last week, I love the word Sonder. If you guys go out and learn anything today, look up the word Sonder, Saunder, and that is the fact that every single thing in life that is living a unique, amazing, incredible experience life that you have no idea about. And that is everyone from your next door neighbors to these kids in the reservation to these people in Papua. They all live these crazy or amazing, incredible lives that we know absolutely nothing about, and that should be respected and loved and want to be learned and cared for, instead of saying, I like your land, I want it, and now you people need to listen to me. But I get the cultural narrative of the way that people have been thinking for thousands of years, monarchy or patriarchies, kings, rulers, you got Roman Empire, it's always just been about that. I understand that there's nothing we can really do about it. But if you guys look up anything, please look up the word Sonder. It's an amazing word. I really, truly live by it. And usually when I bring these news things, I like to keep that in the back of my head of why are, these people are living their own lives. I have to respect that and learn about that, instead of saying the news without emotions. Yeah, I'm not an emotionalist person. So anyways, enough of my thing. I just went 2 minutes over. Yes, absolutely. I know we're making Indy a intro for him, which has been kind of fun. So I am now on round 2 of doing it for him, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. We just got like the raw edit of it right now, and I'm in love with it. My husband thinks it's cool. I showed him this morning. So let's see, Les Bones, Ivory Coast, Eunice, or Orange 2. Orange football uniforms? Who has orange uniform? I know the Bengals do. The world's first empire, right, was 4,300 years ago. It seems to be part of human nature for power to seek more. Yeah. So that, like, the cultural narrative, that's pretty much what has been like our subconscious for years. And then if you think about it, what is the cause of that? Is it men ruling? Because there has been women ruled, and women, in like England, when women ruled, it could be just as bad. We just got to figure out what the problem is and how to change a cultural narrative. But that's hard part, is the subconscious, people think. Okay, so yes, thank you everyone for coming. Picking cayenne peppers from my garden. Yeah, we were just talking about peppers this morning. Amber loves the peppers. Thank you for coming, Indy. Like I said, everybody go check out independentleft.news on YouTube, and also INN. I know that on INN, they are also working on their 1,000 subscriber goal as well. So go hook them up. Thank you for coming, Dolores. Thank you for coming, Holly. Bill, thank you for coming and giving me that information. I super appreciate it. You are absolutely right. Jim's, I hope I don't mess this up. Scuba. Jim, thank you for coming. I'm Jimmy. Nice to meet you. I love seeing more Jims and Jimmys in the world. Holly, Gregory, Les Bones, Warren. Let me see who else. Lana, Dolores. Anyone else that I missed? I hope I didn't miss anyone. I'm always like scrolling, trying to get to the top so I don't miss anyone that was first here. Because I always like to watch it, and then when everybody's like, thanks for coming, and they say the names at the end, I'm always like, am I going to hear my name? That's awesome. So thank you all for coming. I know I saw Amber, I saw Holly. I think that was it. Yes, Holly, you're so awesome. I love your little stuff. Thank you for it. Yes. Even in the New World, there were empires, Aztecs, Incas, Mayans. That's where they were, that cultural narrative was wild too. They believed that the sacrifice of human blood would nurture the soil and bring, food and prosperity to them. That's some other wild, definitely some cultural narratives. Indy is awesome. Absolutely. It's all great. Always great people in here. I know. I'm trying to figure out who you are on this. Okay. Yes. So thank you everyone for coming. I'm going to hop off of here. Let me know. So I'm probably going to maybe go live on my own channel today. I'm not sure. I just want to make sure that I at least have a couple things ready. So I'm not just standing there being like, so what do you guys want to talk about today? So we'll see. Maybe Les Bones can help me out with, a couple of things that maybe I can talk about on a show on my own. Check out today with, Joe Firestone's got his show. And Joe Evans has their show today. I believe Joe Firestone's going to be talking about the Federal Reserve raising the interest rates, which was the link I sent you guys in the comments section yesterday. I think he's going to be talking about that today because I was reading the title of the video for it, and it looks like it's exactly what I was going to talk to you guys about. So that's going to be a cool one. Go check that out later on tonight. Joe Evans is going to be doing his show tonight. From what I recently just saw, it looked like Joe Evans might have dropped out of his race. So now we get to see like an unleashed libertarian point of view, which is going to be kind of fun. So I can't wait to see that with Joe Evans. Absolutely adore him. He's an amazingly cool guy. Very great person. Opinions, different ways of looking at things, like I was saying earlier, empathizing, learning about how other people see things. So definitely go check him out. Absolutely adore his channel or him on this channel. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay. Yes. So hopefully I will talk to all of you guys later. If I don't go on today, maybe I'll go on this week if my imposter syndrome doesn't kick my ass. I might need some moral help if anybody's willing to be like a moral help support pet for a day. That would be awesome. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you all for coming. I absolutely adore you all. And stay empathetic. Thank you very much.